I wanted to introduce you to our Canvas dashboard. If you go to, you should have already received the link to our Canvas dashboard. It should look something like this. You probably don't have all these classes on your dashboard. But go to your dashboard and click on Comms 305, and it should open up. I want to transfer into student view, so it'll look like what you're going to see. So here is your student view. You're going to have week 1, week 2, week 3, etc. So there's 4 different ways to keep track of class assignments and other material in your class, in your Zoom view. In your Canvas view. So first of all, I apologize for that. Let's go back to the modules here, and let me just get this a little bit better centered here so you kind of see what we've got here. Okay, you have in your modules, you have kind of the basics of the course. You have right next to it, you have a list of assignments, discussions, grades, people, pages, etc., etc. You can read all those. I would say the most helpful of these links is modules, which we have open. The second would be announcements. That'll be a little bit redundant. I've asked you to subscribe to Remind. Until you get subscribed, but you can always check here to look at our Remind things that are going on. Then on next to that is something even more that I want you to see here. If I can drag that. It'd be the calendar. I hope you can all see that. Let me see if I can drag this file over just a little bit. The calendar is a really great way to look at things as well. You can look at the calendar in terms of week, month, and agenda. So you can look at what's due this week coming up. This is the first week of classes. You can look at the month. And also you can look at it in the agenda format. So we are currently in student view. You can look at those different things there. I want to go through the 4 different ways you can keep track of your class. So let's start again with the modules. I'm going to back out of this and go to the modules. So this will be our course map, if you will, in a linear fashion. And you will see that there will be some asynchronous and synchronous assignments. They'll be a little bit more explicit. I've got to finish those out. But every week there's going to be a to-do list that I will put up there. And it will explain what's going to happen outside of class, there's going to be an agenda of what's going on inside of class, what we'll be doing, and then any other homework or quizzes that are happening that you need to take care of during that week. So you should be able to see this. Notice the icons. A link like this will be using Edpuzzle. You may need to create an account. I'm not sure how that works for students, but let's open up an Edpuzzle. And Edpuzzle will look something like this. For whatever reason, that one's not working. Probably because because I'm probably in student view at the moment. You'll probably need to make an account. I'll figure that out. Let's try the online quiz. You should know that these online quizzes over your textbook, the Harrower textbook, are based in a website. So you click on this website. Let me move this over so you can see it. So you're going to have the Inside Reporting website. You're going to always want to go to the multiple choice quiz. Read the chapter and then open up this quiz. It's open book. You answer the questions here and then you submit it. And after you submit it, let me just mark a few here so you kind of know what it looks like. After you submit it, there's a submit button way down here, submit answers. When you submit it, it will actually have the answers here. It will tell you the answer is incorrect or correct Down here, write down your section name and your name and your section ID. Everybody's in the same section, so don't worry about that. But send it to me, which is foiguy@gmail.com, and just put in Joel Campbell, and you'll hit email the results, and I will get them in my email box. For the most part, we want to avoid email, but I haven't had a chance to actually put all these quizzes into Canvas, so this will have to do for now. All right, so there's that one, and there's the instructions about how to take a quiz. Let's go back for a second. Structured reading. I'll give you more information about this in class, but for the most part, you'll be divided into groups, and you'll be asked to take a role that will change every time. Your groups should remain stagnant or should remain static. They shouldn't change throughout the semester. You'll open this up. You'll do the reading. Most of these readings are in online, and you'll be able to read them. There's a couple online, and most of them are in your Elements of Journalism textbook. You'll you'll each have an assigned role in the reading, and you'll upload those before class and then discuss them, except for one role, and that's the reporter role. And the reporter will have to finish his or her assignment after you've had your discussion in a breakout meeting. So instead of quizzes for the first half of the semester, you will be doing these structured readings, except for that very first one about the story of journalism in the Harrower textbook. The second half of the semester, covering the news writing, they will be quizzes from Harrower out of the textbook, and most of those will be online. So we'll try to keep that straight. But if you see structured reading, you know that you've got to read and respond based upon your role. If you see Harrower news writing quizzes, most of those news writing are actually just right out of the book. And we'll talk more about how this works. We'll get you set up the first week and make sure you understand it. All right, so there'll also be a policy quiz. Let's go back so here I want you to read all this material: Zoom etiquette and class format, course policies require, and then you'll be able to answer those. So course policies and Zoom etiquette should be able to be covered in the first policies quiz. Also, I want to show you've learned about how to use the to-do list. I don't think you have the to-do list on here, but you have calendar. So that's a calendar will be one way to look at your feed, and you can either do an agenda or month. The other one is to look at modules, and you should have a to-do list. If I can find it on here, it's slipping my mind at the moment, but we'll figure that out. I think it's easier to actually see in the mobile app. So now let's go and introduce you to the fourth way which I think is valuable and so much better than Learning Suite, and that is the mobile app. So we're going to go back to this meeting with the mobile app in Zoom. We're going to share the screen. And I'm going to use iPad via cable, and we're going to share that. It should work here in a second. Okay, there we go. Let me move my screen up just a little bit so you can see it. Okay, hold on a second. Going to make that just a little bit smaller. Okay, here we go. So I'm hoping that you see that link on your Canvas app. Okay, let's go back for just real quickly. On Canvas, it's going to have the, you go to Canvas here, go to the modules. go to your modules, and here's instructions about how to download the app. Here's your Apple app and your Android app. Please download that. Hopefully you can get all this taken care of on Monday or by Monday or Tuesday. Read more of this if you want to underneath this explanation about how to download the app. And then once you get it on your phone, you will have an app that looks like this. This is the student app right here. I need to go in and make sure that we've got the right course set up here. Hold on one second. I need to go back and change it to 305, and then I'm going to open up the student view. Okay. This is the student view for our app. You can go to dashboard here, and there's 305, and you'll see kind of a miniature display that you have on your computer. Here is some ways to look at your assignments. First, again, would be to the modules. The modules app is kind of how I structure the course. You should have week 1, week 2, etc. There'll be a few more things, including the to-do lists on each of these weeks that should show up by Monday. Okay, we're going to go back. The other one would be to look at it in the syllabus view, which is got everything in one kind of setting, including calendar items. The modules don't include the calendar items, so if we're not meeting for class for Labor Day, for example, it won't show up there, so the syllabus is helpful to you. Also, I would like you to look at the outcomes. This is going to take a second. Be prepared to work through these outcomes during our first class on Monday. Let me see if I can pull this down just a little bit. You'll want to go through and click these, diversity, and read through these and be able to reflect a little bit on those. All right, let's go back to the student app. This is so look at the very bottom and you'll see the calendar app and the to-do app. This is not as obvious in the online web browser version. So in this way, I kind of like this better. So you can look at your calendars. You can look at the whole, obviously August, we're not going to have anything. So it's going to have your different assignments due each day. You can also look at to-do list. So this will give it by the to-do items that are quizzes and assignments will show up here. So there should be 3 ways or 4 ways now to check it. You should be able to go to your dashboard and first of all, go to the modules. That should be a very clear view of what we're studying when. There's week 1, week 2, week 3, etc. with dates on them. The second way would be to look at the calendar. The third way is to look at the to-do. And the best way is to look at your weekly remind text message from me that explains what we're going to be doing that week. And it will note both asynchronous, things you could do on your own, and synchronous, things that are required in class while we're all together. Please read over the email about Zoom instruction. We found that a lot of students just want to ghost the system. Actually, it's a really awful way to teach, and so we're going to try to make it very inactive. I've been working all summer to try to create interactive experiences. So we need you with your camera on and participating in the class. We'll have lots of quick quizzes and other experiences, online videos. I'm trying to really mix it up, and we probably won't have any segment that's longer than 20 minutes in length, so you don't have as much what they call Zoom weariness or Zoom burnout. So let's look at that. I want to just quickly show you the Remind app. Most of you have responded to a text message I sent to you. I still have like 5 or 6 students that haven't yet. You'll need to set that up on through email, through the web. You can download this Remind app here, and here is, we'll go to Comms 305. Here's who's signed up. We still need a few of you to sign up. I do want to show you real quickly, and you can pause it here if you want to know how to add this app. here is how you add this app to your, or get signed up, and it will come through your email. You can also use this app on your phone, but it's not required. Our primary communication system will be through text or through this Remind app.